on the market for a month now.
It is so over the top and it's putting buyers off. Kind of lacking that luxury feel. Talk me through this one. Jack, what have you done?
We thought that we could sell our house in 1 week.
Of course, it bothers me that it's not selling.
Selling your house is stressful and it's time-consuming, and most homeowners want it over with as quickly as possible. Now, as a property expert, I have seen all manner of houses, and what might be obvious to me and obvious to buyers is sometimes not obvious to stressed-out homeowners. In a perfect world, you want that check in your back pocket and 2 shakes for duck's tail, but sometimes it's just not that easy. Jack and Amy are the original owners of this large detached house that's listed at $569,000. They waited a whole year for it to be finished and customised exactly to their liking, but it turns out it's more house than they really need. It's been on the market for just under a month, and Jack's concerned. He thinks prices are about to drop.
We thought that we could sell our house in 1 week, probably.
Jack wants to say 1 day. We're certainly starting to panic a little, like, what's going on, you know? How many people have to come in? Why is the house not selling? I don't really know. We spent a lot of money and we put a lot of heart into this house. Of course, it bothers me that it's not selling.
We were actually hoping we could find a buyer who would like our house for what it is, but that hasn't happened yet, so.
Jack and Amy's neighbourhood is incredibly popular, especially with young families. The population has tripled in the past 5 years. The house has got 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and it is stuffed with high-end upgrades. So people should be queuing down the street to buy it. Clearly, something is wrong. But there's no need to panic. That's why we're here, to turn this house from unsellable to sellable.
Hi.
Sophie.
Amy.
Lovely to meet you.
Jack, nice to meet you.
Right, so this is the house.
Yes, it is.
Well, first things first, do you mind if I have a bit of a nose around?
Please do.
I am very nosy.
Go ahead.
Brilliant. It's definitely a bold colour choice. I love the blinds. Huge television. So obviously this is a TV room.
Yeah.
The whole room was based around the TV.
Big sofa to watch the huge television. I'm seeing a trend here, actually. But it's a really good-sized room. I like it, and I love the holes in the wall because they let through so much light. Should we go through next door?
Sounds good.
Pistachio.
Pistachio, okay.
Yeah, that's green.
Lots of different colours in a very small space.
Yes.
Certainly.
That's where the umbrella goes.
Yeah, I was going to say, all you need is a barbecue. Having furniture in a room gives you an idea of size. And I think if you'd put a tablecloth on, which would have hidden the hole and the legs, it would have worked quite well. Without the tablecloth, it looks a bit like you just grabbed furniture from the garden. It's funny, because the fireplace makes you think that this should be a sitting room.
Actually, it should be a sitting room. We had a TV in the fireplace nook, but we had to take it out, and I sort of replaced it with some plants. Looking for your best advice.
You'll have to wait for my best advice. It comes later on. Wow, this is a pretty fabulous kitchen.
Thank you.
You've obviously put a lot of money in this kitchen, and it really, really shows. I mean, this ain't no ordinary countertop.
We love it.
It is really lovely. I'm really curious to see upstairs, so can I lead the way?
Absolutely.
It's a fantastic sized room, but it's kind of lacking that luxury feel, if you know what I mean. That chest of drawers, words actually fail me.
That was an art project.
This is very fun, very funky, and I think we need to make it high-end like the kitchen to attract potential buyers, and easy to do. Talk me through this one.
It's actually my fault, this one. We felt that we needed to make it a little more energetic in this room, so we decided to go with this bright orange.
Gym room. This is your room?
Yeah.
So you just decided to go for the two-tone thing?
Yeah, we tried to make it a little more lively.
The mirrors, how are they attached to the wall? Jack, what have you done?
I ended up industrial gluing them to the wall.
Well, I think I've seen enough now. I know where the problems lie. Come with me. This house has so much going for it, but come on, tangerine, purple, chocolate, red. It is so over the top and it's putting buyers off. So I'm gonna have to get tough if this house is gonna become sellable. There is so much going for this house. It's in a great location, it's a brilliant size, and the upgrades you have done are great. But people aren't seeing them. And I think one of the main reasons is because they're mesmerised by the choice of colour. If we neutralise the colours, it's going to give the rooms much better flow. Second of all, the furniture is devaluing the house. People coming around a house, they expect a kind of high-end finish. What I want to do is give the rooms more function. Because you've got a gym, an empty room, people aren't seeing the potential. They're just probably getting a bit confused. And that confusion also down here with the dining room tables. I think there might be a switch over between the dining room and the sitting room.
And finally, we have to make the front of the house stand out, so a simple splash of colour should do the trick.
How does it sound so far?
Sounds good.
Goodbye to the color.
Jack and Amy's colourful personalities are definitely reflected in their house, but potential buyers are being put off by the riot of colour and can't appreciate all the great features. And with property prices potentially in flux, this house has to shine to sell. So I'm off to meet Etty, Jack and Amy's real estate agent, to see what she thinks. Etty, you're a real estate agent in this neighbourhood. Do houses sell quickly?
Yes.
What's the sort of average time?
2 weeks to a month.
Okay. So you've had open houses?
Yes, 2. One for the public, one for agent.
And quite a lot of viewings?
Yes, about 14, 15.
So you've had good traffic through the house, but so far no offers?
No offers.
Have you had any feedback from the people you showed around?
Yes, I did. Actually, as my opinion is like the house is very nice, very funky, but most people nowadays they like neutral colors.
Right. Why do you think the potential buyers can't see all the great upgrades?
Lots of furniture in the wrong places. Most of the feedback been like that the bedrooms seems too small. People cannot visualize. That's the idea.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think Jack and Amy are living in their own colourful little world. And since they're worried that their house is not going to sell fast enough and they're not going to make the most of the market, I thought I'd show them a house that has sold quickly. And maybe they'll see it through different eyes. I know what you're thinking. I can hear your brain cogs going around. You're going, this is nothing like our house. It hasn't had the upgrades that you've done, but the neutral colour palette draws your eye straight through.
Not our taste, but whatever sells the house, I guess, right?
I couldn't have put it better myself. Whatever sells the house. And neutral, calm, colour palette sells. What are we standing in?
It's definitely the dining room. No patio table here.
Exactly. They've done what we're going to do at your house. They've got an eating kitchen, exactly like yours, but they haven't done any of the upgrades.
I have to agree with you there.
Yeah, no quartz top. Anyway, come through here.
Okay.
Now, difference is, this is the family room. The furniture is quite large, but because the proportions of this room are slightly different, it's squatter but wider, the furniture actually works in this room.
I can see what you're saying.
And the fireplace acts as a focal point, which your fireplace will do, because at the moment it's hidden by the table, so you can't really see it. Okay, let's go upstairs. This room is not spectacular, but what it does have is function. A potential buyer is going to walk in here and go, it's a kid's room. If they walk into one of your spare bedrooms at the moment, they're going to go, it's a giant tangerine cube. We just want to make it easier for people, and just by putting a bit of furniture in, you do that. So you've seen the house. What are your thoughts?
It's not really our style, but I can see how it would appeal to more people.
Your house has more going for it. But having said that, this house sold in 6 days.
6 days?
6 days.
To help us make Jack and Amy's house sellable, we're going to need some help. And I'm sure our contractor Anthony Sayers has a few tricks up his sleeve.
First thing I noticed as I walk up to the front door is your retaining wall is falling over. We need to remove it because the 2 stones together, they don't work. So we'll get rid of it and make a nice planter. As I walk into the house, there's so many different colors. It's chopping up the visual flow. We need to neutralize the colors. Coming into this room.
This is not going to be a dining room anymore.
No, this is a niche because this is going to be a family room now. What I was thinking is putting some nice doors on it that would mock the style of the kitchen doors. And the doors, when you open them, they'll slide into the side. And it'll finish off the room a lot better than having it open like that.
Brilliant.
Moving on. This room is actually big enough that we can split it into half dining room and half living room.
Oh, wow, I never thought to do that before.
We can do that by putting a chandelier here because we're gonna have the actual dining room table, the living room on that side.
And then upstairs?
Upstairs, a master bedroom. We need to neutralize the color, window dressings, and new lighting. You have a workout room upstairs as well. You have a mirror that's stuck onto the wall and we need to take that off. So we're actually probably gonna break the mirror and have to repair the wall. The tangerine room, we're gonna change the color and repurpose the room, change it into a bedroom.
So upstairs we're gonna have 3 bedrooms, so every room has a function.
And the extra bedrooms will appeal to young families with children.
Painting this wall is just becoming too real. Now we're leaving, and I know it's gonna look fabulous in the end, which means it's gonna sell pretty fast, which means I've gotta move on.
More priming.
This is Venetian plaster, and you can't just leave it, because if you were to just leave it, you're gonna end up painting like 3 or 4 different coats. So if you use a proper primer, then you eliminate the number of times that you probably have to paint the wall.
Presumably, quite a lot of people try and cut corners and just think, oh, I won't bother.
Probably the silliest thing that you could do. You gotta spend the time to prime, and it'll give you a much better paint job for sure. These are wedges that I made up, right? I'm gonna place them behind the mirror, give it a whack, a couple different spots, and hopefully it'll pop the mirror. Some good glue you got there.
I told you.
Wow. Okay, so that's one. Tap it lightly and pop the seal. Wow, Jack, look at that.
One shot.
Good. Good job. Woo. Retaining wall, it's gotta go. Just gonna kick it over.
You're gonna kick it over? There's no way you're gonna get those down. They're nailed into the ground.
Let's go.
I'm gonna kick it too?
Yeah.
All
Ready?
right.
Okay, we'll try and push then.
Oh, no.
It's all good. We definitely need a hammer now.
Ah, the gym mirror is gone.
Yeah. So this is what it looked like after we pulled the mirror off. So the glue actually pulled the paint and some of the paper off. We can't just plaster over this, because if we do, it'll blister and bubble. So we need to prime it, which is what I've done here. First, let it dry, and then we can plaster it.
Okay, you're gonna show me how to do it then?
Scoop some on my trowel, and then we're pretty much filling in the void that's there. You wanna try one? Yeah, there it is. Awesome. After this is all dried, we'll sand it and then prime it, and it's ready to paint. It'll be like the mirrors were never here.
This similar-sized house just a few blocks away is a perfect example of how neutral tones can give a house an edge. Here, unlike Jack and Amy's wild red walls, the living room and dining room combine earthy and neutral tones, not only in the choice of paint colours, but with the furniture as well. Even the accessories stay on neutral point. In the kitchen, the light beige walls and the clean lines help show off the cabinet and appliance upgrades, so they are not lost on potential buyers. The master bedroom has a smooth, sensual feel to it, with a beautiful built-in closet that accents the space. And the spare room continues to give the feeling of an urban oasis and reinforces what I always tell homeowners. Subtle colour can give a home a flow, and this one has it.
The doors look fantastic, Anthony.
Well, thank you. Look, got this really cool hardware. There are sliders that you open the door, right? And then you can make the doors slide in and disappear. Pull it out. Yeah, cool. And then, if you have your TV in there, you can close it. And I've matched them to the style of the kitchen
See that?
doors.
Were they expensive to make?
No, actually. These are just regular European hinges. And what I've done is put them on pocket door sliders to make them slide into the wall
I like it hidden behind these doors. I think that's fantastic.
Well, this is the new family room, so it just makes sense.
Now, I'm going to go and do some potting outside.
Okay.
Get my hands dirty for once. Curb appeal is really important when you're selling your house. And that's why it's fab selling it at this time of year, because you can go to town with the planting. Now, that higgledy-piggledy wall had to go. So in its place, I'm planting some geraniums and impatiens, and they match the colour of the door. And because all the houses in the street look the same, I'm hoping now this one's going to pop out from the rest of the crowd. Jack and Amy's house had plenty of viewers but no buyers, which is surprising considering how popular this neighbourhood is. They've got funky personalities, and that was definitely reflected in their house, but a bit too much. Now we've toned down the paint job and every room has a function. It looks great. There's still personality, but just not too much. But first things first, knocking down the retaining wall and planting a colourful array of flowers helped Jack and Amy's house stand out from the rest of the crowd. And potential buyers will be pleased with what they see the minute they walk through the front door. We've changed the space to give it more function. We took it from a family room to a combination living room, dining room. We painted the room to give it a more calming feel. Because of the sheer size of Jack and Amy's house and their tight budget, furniture rental was the best solution for them. We added drapery to the windows to accent the California shutters. The chocolate brown dining room table is a perfect place for entertaining guests. This room went from a casual, cluttered den to a grown-up, sophisticated space. Now, onto what is the new family room. We have converted this awkward kitchen dining room into a comfortable, open-plan family room and kitchen that now has visual flow. We've carried over the style of the kitchen cupboards to the family area, thanks to Anthony's smart idea to create a niche to hide the TV. We've had to get rid of the patio set, and now the fireplace is the focal point it's supposed to be. And upstairs, a simple reworking of the master bedroom, with new bedding and matching contemporary furniture, transformed what appeared to be a small space into a large, airy retreat. This tangerine nightmare turned into a dream of a spare room with warm tones on the walls and bedding. Jack's workout room with the glued-on mirrors was not showing its real potential. We gave it function as another spare bedroom. This house now has the wow factor that was missing, and we did it all for a total of $4,500. If you're putting your house on the market, here are some important tips. Colours can have a very emotional effect on people. Red and orange can agitate some. Dark colours can be oppressive and make a room look smaller, but neutral palettes are calming and make the room look bigger. I've said it before and I will say it again, accentuate the positive. The thing that makes this house stand out from the crowd is all the great upgrades. So make sure your decor choices show off the positives, not cover them up. Make sure every room has a suitable function. The open house is just around the corner and wow, what a difference. I think anyone will be able to walk into that house now and see themselves in it. But we'll have to wait and see what the potential buyers think. Hi, my name's Sophie.
Hi, Sarah.
Gabriel.
Do come through. Now this is the dining room, but there's also a sitting room.
Wow, it's very nice. Very modern. I really like the layout.
Yeah, I like it. It's almost like the open space concept. It's beautiful.
Nice to meet you. Right, come on through. So this is obviously the family room.
I like it, yeah. I like how open the entranceway is there.
I like this open feeling here.
And through here, these cupboards are really clever actually, because you just pull them in and go like that.
That's cool.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice that you can open and close it.
How old are your kids?
14, 3, 2, 18 months.
Wow.
So we do need, I need to see them at all times.
Well, you can see the 3 younger ones there. Hopefully you like upstairs as much. Master bedroom.
Lovely. It's like a boutique hotel.
Now this is the smaller of the 2 bedrooms, but believe me, because I have measured it out, it would fit a queen-size bed in it.
The shutters again, and that's dominant throughout the house.
Yeah, they go the whole way through the house. Do you mind if we go downstairs and I ask you a few more probing questions?
Yeah, sure.
It's on the market for $569,000. You raising your eyebrows a little bit?
I thought was priced fair.
Oh, so that was a good eyebrow raise.
Oh yeah, it was.
What makes this house stand out from other houses for you?
We're looking for cozy but modern and clean lines, and that's definitely something I'm seeing here.
So what are your thoughts?
I think it's a very nice house. It's very open. I like the layout.
Doesn't need any work done. The colors are perfect too.
Having seen the house, do you think you'd come back for a second view?
Yes, we definitely would have a second look.
Something we need to sit down and I guess talk about.
Yeah, it's something that we would definitely consider.
Well, I'm glad you like it, and it was lovely to meet you.
You too, thank you.
Thank you for coming. So, Eddie, what are your favourite changes?
I love the living dining area, which is shows actually put together a living and dining. Also, the master bedroom shows amazingly beautiful.
I think every single person we had through the house said the house flows really well, nice neutral colours.
I'm so pleased. It makes my life so much easier, and I believe it's gonna get multiple offers, like no question asked.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Doesn't even look like the same room. How the house looked before, we probably would attract only a certain type of buyer, and now I think we'll probably bring in way more.
Definitely hoping to get it sold as quickly as possible and for what we're asking for.
Or more.
Or more. We learned a lot of work needs to go into selling a house, but it's definitely worth it because once you see it, you're gonna love it.
Thank you, Unsellables.
This house has received a lot of positive feedback from potential buyers and the transformation is undeniable. I'm proud to say we took this house from unsellable to sellable. Jack and Amy will soon be able to move on to a new home with many lessons learned.
Lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi. Right. Sorry, take it up again.